Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you are new here, then smash that subscribe button. I post videos regarding cracking competitive exams, higher education in India and abroad, and cracking jobs at top companies all over the world. And today I have with us Nikhil Ghodke, who has cracked off-campus opportunity at Hotstar, and he'll be sharing his tips and tricks about how you can do the same. So hit that like button because this video is going to be interesting. And now, without further ado, let's get started. So Nikhil, how are you doing today? And would you like to give a brief intro about your profile?
Yeah, Sarvesh, thanks for having me on your channel. It's a great pleasure. So, yeah, my name is Nikhil Ghodke. I'm a VIT Pune computer engineering graduate. So, talking about my profile, I had cracked Google Summer of Code in my second year. Then I went on to intern with Deutsche Bank as a summer intern, received a PPO from them, and then I went on to intern with 100MS, which is a startup working in creating video conferencing SDKs. And recently, I cracked SD1 opening at Hotstar. Yeah.
So first of all, congrats on behalf of my entire YouTube channel for cracking job offers at coveted companies like Deutsche Bank and Hotstar. You were a part of the reputed open source program GSOC. So these are really great achievements. And now moving on to the crux of this video, that is, how can people use platforms like LinkedIn to search for off-campus opportunities, especially in the era of COVID when the on-campus opportunities have been hit?
So first of all, I would like to present 3 points over this. So my first point would be to do a bit amount of research. Actually, there are many good companies, at least in India, that actually pay you somewhat close to or more than what FANG pays, and they have really exciting work culture. They are working in some interesting domains, and their culture is really awesome. So it is important to know about these companies, at least, so to make sure that whenever an opportunity comes from that company, you simply don't ignore that opportunity. So doing a bit amount of research can actually help you. So to name few companies, I would say Tower Research, DirectEye, DShaw, Arsatium, Media.net, DirectEye. These companies are really good to start your career with as well. So I would say do a bit amount of research on the companies that you would actually like to work with. Then my second point would be to get connected or follow few people on LinkedIn which continuously post about new job openings at good companies, so that whenever an opportunity comes, you will get notified.
Right.
Another good way of actually getting notified is that there are alerting mechanisms on almost all career pages. So basically, you can set an alert on a particular website that whenever a job opening for SD1 gets opened, please notify me. So at least most of the reputed organizations have these kind of alerting mechanisms on their pages. So do set it. It might actually help you.
Okay.
And third one would be, so when you actually see an opening, let's say for Amazon or something, for any company, don't shy away from actually asking for referrals from their employees. Actually, referrals can actually be a good way to ensure that your resume gets shortlisted for the coding round or at least for the interviews. And while you're asking for referrals, try and cold email or message few peoples on LinkedIn, or maybe if you have their emails, do that. Because once you get your referral, your chances for getting an interview or at least the coding test link increases significantly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So like you mentioned really good points about setting alerts for your jobs which you're planning to apply to so that you don't miss out on the deadlines. And the next thing which you mentioned was that don't be shy to ask for referrals. And you spoke a bit about cold emailing. So can you tell our viewers like how can they cold email and what were the strategies or the format which you followed to do the same?
Yeah. So interesting enough, I actually landed one of my internships because of cold emailing. I was pretty excited about the company, and I actually messaged one of their senior management person, and they were kind enough to give me an interview, and I was able to get that internship. So yeah, so cold email is basically a 2-minute kind of pitch where you are trying to explain why the person should actually give you the referral. So it should not be very lengthy. Within I would say first 3 or 4 lines, you should convey that you are looking for a referral and there is an opening. Don't expect the person to actually look for the job opening for you. Tell them that there is a job opening. And after that, I used to have 4 points with respect to my profile, that why I am a good candidate for this particular opening. And then I used to attach my resume below, and I used to write that if you feel that I'm a good candidate, please at least look into my resume. So most of the people might not actually open your resume, and when it comes to cold emailing, the ratio or the response rate is pretty low. So if you just email about 30 or 40 employees,
Right.
you might just get a reply from 4 or 5 employees, and might be just 1 or 2 might refer you. This actually depends on your profile as well, of course, but don't get disheartened if you don't get replies or referrals. And when you're doing it, I would say it takes time. Like if you put a message in afternoon, don't expect to get a reply in the evening. Give at least a time span of 2 or 3 days, I would say, and wait for it.
Right. Okay, so you mentioned like some really great points about how to reach out to recruiters and how to take the follow-up as well. So these points will definitely be very helpful for our viewers. And now, next section, moving on to the next section, you also applied for Hotstar via LinkedIn. So what was the interview process like? How many rounds did you have, and what was the structure of the interviews?
I actually applied Hotstar via the LinkedIn opening. There were a couple of openings in the month of, I would say, June. I applied for them. After, I guess, few weeks, I received a call from their HR that they wanted to schedule an interview. So there was no coding test for me, at least.
Okay.
And then that was my first round. So my first round was basically it was like 1 hour round, and in first 25 minutes we discussed about my resume and my project. Then in next 35 minutes I was given 2 lead code medium level questions, and they asked me to code it from scratch on a code pad. Then after my first round, my second round was scheduled 2 days after that. My second round was purely based on DS and Algo. So they basically just gave me one question which I was asked to solve. So it was a bit shorter round, like 35-40 minutes. And yeah, that was it. So, and then after that, I received a call from my HR after like 3 days. There was a weekend in between. So 3 or 4 days after that, I received a call, and they wanted to schedule an hiring manager round. So after the hiring manager round, so in the hiring manager round, there was no DS and Algo questions actually. We discussed my internships and my projects that I did in my internships or my personal projects very in great depth. And the person was really knowledgeable, I would say. He asked me about each design decision that I took during my internship, and what were the flaws that might come with that design decision, and why did I choose this particular one. So yeah, it was a really in-depth discussion about my projects and my internships. And after that, I would say about 2 or 3 days later, my HR called me, and they wanted to extend an offer to me.
That's great. So as you said, like in some cases, you can also skip the coding test and you can move fast directly to the interview rounds. So definitely that's depending upon your profile and the particular company to which you're applying. And so finally concluding, any final tips and advice for students who will be applying for off-campus jobs via LinkedIn?
So in general, I have just 3 tips for anyone who is interviewing. So first would be, as it has been said by many people, but I would like to reiterate that whenever you are applying, whenever there is a DS Algo round and a question is given to you, rather than just giving the final working code, it would be better if you even discuss the approaches that you might have actually rejected. So this can be pretty helpful to you. So in cases where maybe you are on the wrong track, maybe you might have misunderstood the question, or maybe you are very close to the solution, but you are missing some small detail which the interviewer wanted to ask. He wanted you to ask some more questions so that you can gain clarity. So discuss your approach. It can be really helpful. So it happened with me in my second round itself. So what happened was the interviewer gave me a question, and I was able to crack the algorithm in like 10-15 minutes, first 10-15 minutes. But then he gave me a trick question, and I was not able to give a logical reasoning that why this was not possible or something like that. And after next 15-20 minutes, I was struggling with it, and then I asked for help from the interviewer, and he was kind enough to say that your algorithm was solid, you were right, but this was just a trick question, you should not get worried about it. So this was possible because I was continuously sharing my approaches and whatever I was doing. So to share your approach, it can be really helpful. Second would be that don't consider interviews as just one-way communication, that only the interviewer will ask you questions. So usually at the end of every round, they give you some time to ask questions about the company or about the job. Do take that opportunity. So ask questions related to what the person is doing in their day-to-day life, what tech stack are they using. So show some curiosity, I would just say. And it can be really helpful to build connection with the person and give a positive impact. So don't just miss that opportunity, use it. And third would be a general tip that when you're applying, I mean, rejections are a really common thing. Just keep on continuously applying. The response rate that usually a person gets is pretty low. Don't just get disheartened by getting rejections or even not getting any email. It's perfectly fine. Everyone goes through it. Just keep on doing your routine and keep applying.
Right. So basically, don't give up. Keep on applying till you get a good offer which you desire, and just follow the tips which you said. Like, keep it. The interview is not a one-way thing. It's a two-way conversation. So keep that in mind. And I would also like to mention that Hotstar is still hiring for a lot of positions like software development engineer or analyst position, UX researcher. Definitely check these out on LinkedIn. And if you're interested in any of these positions, then definitely go and apply. So thank you very much, Nikhil, for sharing your valuable tips and advice with all the viewers. They will definitely benefit from them. And wish you all the very best for your new role at Hotstar. I hope that you give us a referral link so that we can get free subscription to Hotstar soon. Thank you for watching this video, and see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.